My name is Nikola Nestorovic. I'm a grandmaster from Serbia. So today we'll take a look at the first chapter of tactics. So I prepared one game from the recent European Championship that was played in Vrnjačka Banja, Serbia. And we'll take a look to very strong grandmasters played here. So let's take a look what happened here. So black has a very nice position. This knight on f4 is brilliant here. And black needs to find a way how to destroy the white defenses. So there are a couple of ways how we can do it. Obviously, the simple move queen g5 will not do the trick, because if we try with the move queen g5 just to give a checkmate on g2, white has this defense with the queen to g4. And through the whole game, this will be a very important defensive motive for white. So black was aware of that. So black decided to play one brilliant move here. So please stop the video and take a look. Let's say a couple minutes if you manage to try to solve this position. Okay, let's take a look now. So the first move was a beautiful idea of knight to g2. So sacrifice of the knight on g2. So idea here for black is to destroy completely the king side of white. Nothing else for white to play here except to take it with the king. After king goes to g2, black idea was to activate another knight and with this knight to come to f4. So now black played the move king to g1. Again, black needs to be aware that plan with the queen g5 is not working. So if black continues with the queen g5, white again can play a move like a queen to g4. So with the plan with the queen to g4, now black doesn't have any ideas how to continue attack. Because, okay, there is a one in between move. We can say that move is knight h3 check on the king. Obviously, white queen can't take the knight because the black queen is pinning the king on the g file. So what white can do here is to play a move like a king to h2. But again, this queen on g4 is defendant, so black attack, it's just not working. So let's go back a couple more moves. So after the move queen to g5 here, that's not the move we want to do. The same fate will happen, let's see if black takes on h3. Again, there is this only way how to defend with the queen to g4, and black attack is not good enough. So here, after the move knight f4, white decided to move the king back to g1, as we said. So moves like queen g5 and queen h3 are not working. So black decided to play a move f6. So this move is pretty strong. Now when this knight moves somewhere, let's say to g4 for example, now black plan was to play a move like queen h3 with a very dangerous idea of queen to g2 checkmate. So that was the black plan. So after the move f6 here, white didn't know what to do, so white played the move bishop b3 check, checking the king on the square g8. Nothing else to be played here except to move the king away. And now, of course, white didn't want to play passive, so white tried to get some kind of a counterplay. So white played a knight to f7 check. Nothing else to do with black because it's a double attack on the queen and on the king. Black needs to take with the rook, so rook f7. And after bishop f7, obviously black is continuously his plan with a move like a queen to h3. Also, what's very important to know, that move with the queen g5 check is also working. But after the queen g4, black will just take on h3 check, and now this queen is falling. But okay, this is not a checkmate, so black wanted a bigger prize. So after this, black just played queen to h3, and after this move there is no defense of the checkmate on g2. This white queen can't enter the game, so white in this game played the move rook e2, and black just played the queen to g2 and the game is just over. So I hope you really enjoyed the first example, and I hope you will like the rest of it as well. So let's go for the position and the game too. Thank you. So let's continue with the position number 2. Okay, so in the position on the board here, again, game between two very good players, Grandmaster, I think the Clark Brendan from England, I think he's a grandmaster as well, and Sharich even. So in this position on the board here, we have a very interesting position, we can say. So it looks like the endgame, like almost the endgame style. The queens are on the board, so it's not a typical endgame, but just queen and the knight and queen and the bishop. And seems like that white doesn't have any problem here, but this pawn on g4 is a little problem for white. So there is a no good way for white how to get this pawn. So if white takes the pawn, let's say with this pawn from h3, there is a checkmate on h2. So, and that's like the problem of this position. Nothing else to do here. So we have again a very, let's say, unpleasant choice what to do now as white. If he takes with the king, suddenly this f5 pawn is a problem, and the whole this king is trying, is starting to be a kind of like a very, very, very piece that we can attack it to very easily, especially with the moves like the queen to d1. So all of these problems after the move, hg, that black took this g4 pawn, white thought that he can, solve with one, I would like to say, in-between move. So that in-between move is the move bishop f4. And then, please click the pause of the video, try to find try to solve this position and try to find the best way how black can maximize this advantage of the pawn on g4 and very weak king on h4. So thank you. I hope you solve this. So let's take a look. So after move bishop f4, now obviously the black queen is under attack. So we need to find a very good square for the black queen. And that square is beautiful. Move queen goes to d4. So the whole point of the move queen d4 is like, if white, let's say it looks like there's nothing else to do, but let's say if white just takes the queen, black knight will go to f5, check, double check, and after the move like king g4, what happened in the game, after the move like a knight to d4 here, black is playing the endgame with the pawn up, with a very nice pawn structure a6, b5 that this bishop on f4 can't touch. So this position is a technically winning endgame for black. So let's go back a couple of moves. So after the move queen d4, there is nothing else to do. If white decides to take the knight on e7, black queen will just take the f4 bishop, and then again, very, very bad situation for white. The reason is very simple. So if white decides, let's say, to take the pawn, again, this annoying checkmate from the square h2. So again, after the move queen f4, white doesn't have so many options, because if white tries to do anything else, like maybe move like queen f7, black can just simply push the pawn to g3. It's an open check. And when the king goes to h5, we have this checkmate on g5. So very interestingly, let's say you see that even with the positions where there are just a couple of pieces, we always can find some kind of a tactical motives. So after the move bishop f4, beautiful move queen d4 just decided the game. And black eventually, after this trade, black won this endgame in a beautiful way. So I hope you enjoyed in this second position. Let's go for the next one. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. So position number 3 for today. So we're checking the game. Firouz Alireza, very young star, has like a white pieces here against Durabeli Wasif, so also very strong grandmaster. And in this position, last move of black was the move rook e1. So as we can see here, the position is a very, very, very sharp. Black has a lot of ideas how to attack the white king on g1, but in the other hand, as we can see, the black king is also in a very, let's say, dangerous spot here. Okay, right now we can take on f6 because the black queen is defending this pawn, but suddenly this black king will be in the, if white finds a good plan here, black king will be in a serious trouble. So again, please pause the video here and try to find the best plan for white, how white can get this black king on g7. So I hope you managed to find. This is a kind of, I will say, it's a more difficult example from previous one. So we're starting here with a beautiful sacrifice. So nothing else to do here for white except to play a move rook to d7 check. So after this check, obviously, we can see that on this diagonal now, the white queen is threatening to take the black queen. As well, we have a check on the king on g7. Nothing else to do for black, so because if black tries to run with the king to g8 or h6, white will just simply take the black queen on c6. So nothing else to do for black except to take queen to d7. Now after this, let's say sacrifice, obviously white needs to take the f6 pawn, because now when the black queen moves, let's say when the black queen moved, now the f6 pawn is completely unprotected. So after the move queen f6, now black has a, let's say, very unpleasant choice where to go with the king. If this black king goes to g8, let's say here, there is a checkmate in one move. That checkmate is queen to f8 checkmate. So nothing else to do here. After queen f6, this black king must go to h6. And again now, Firouzja, I'm sure that Firouzja calculated everything here, but white has a, again, very interesting choice. So everything needs here to be very concrete, because if white goes with one slow move, black rooks will give a checkmate to the white king. So white here needs to be very fast, very concrete. So almost all the moves here must be checks. Nothing else to do here from the white side except to play a move with a queen. But where? We have a couple of different checks. So here I want to show you a couple of the wrong ones first. Okay, so first, like queen h4 check is not getting anywhere, because if you just give this check, black king will go back to g7, and after this check we have the same position, so white didn't improve at all. Second, let's say try here that, you know, white will, or originally white will try probably, is the move queen f8, but this is still not good enough. Why? Yeah, okay, if king goes forward, let's say here we have a kind of like a checkmate ideas, right? If he goes here, we can give a checkmate with queen h6. But of course, in this position over here, after the move like, let's say queen f8, the reason why this idea is not working is that like this black queen from d7 can go to g7, protecting the black king. Now you're probably asking, why not just continue with the check, queen f4? The reason is pawn move to g5, and after this pawn to g5, if we continue with the checks, now black queen will come to g6, protecting the king. And if we just continue with the checks, black king will run toward the white pieces, and suddenly we don't have a second check. We don't have a way how to checkmate the black king. But in the meantime, black rooks will attack the white king, so white will be in a very dangerous situation right here. So let's go back a bit, and then, so if this is the position, now we don't want to give this, let's say, check on h4. Here, the right move is not queen h4, it's not queen f8, it's actually a beautiful idea of the move queen to f4 check. Why? The main reason is that black doesn't have a good square for his own king. So we can try to understand. So here, if black king goes forward, let's say black king goes to h5, here we just have a checkmate like king to h4. That's a checkmate right immediately, let's say. So the second thing is, if this king tries to go back now on g7, not the queen on f6, we go queen f8, and that's again checkmate to the black king. So after this position, after the move, let's say king h6, queen f4, nothing else, let's say, for black here to do except to play a pawn to g5. And now queen f6 check, not on f8, because we don't want to let the black queen to help to his king. So we play queen f6 check here. The black king will go forward to h5, and then g4 check. Nothing else to do. Black can sacrifice the queen, but that will be just also very quick, you know, black will lose the game very quickly. So here black played the move king h4, and then suddenly checkmate on the square h6. Beautiful. So that's like the whole point. I really believe that Firouzja, very strong grandmaster, one of the best in the world. He calculated all this line with the rook d7 together with this move, queen f4. That's absolutely brilliant. So I hope you really enjoyed this example. So let's see what they prepare next. Thank you so much. Okay, so welcome to tactical example number 4. I hope you enjoy it. Again, the main actor in this example is Firouzja Alireza. He was like white, but also very strong Indian grandmaster Ergaisi Arjun, also upcoming, for sure, the big star of the chess world. So in this position here, white in this position here, white played the move a3, attacking the knight on the square b4. And here Ergaisi had like a black pieces here. Ergaisi played the move bishop f5. So he said, okay, if you want to take the knight, I will take your knight. So he didn't want to just move the knight for such a beautiful square b4. He just wanted to keep attacking the knight on e4. But then Firouzja decided, okay, let's say if you can do it, I can attack your bishop and at the same time defend this knight on e4. So in this position here, white played the move knight h4. And now, as we can see here, this black bishop is a kind of under attack here from the knight from h4, but in the same time, this knight on b4 is also under attack. And now, black found a beautiful move to continue this pressure on the white position without moving the knight from the square b4. So please pause the video and try to find this beautiful idea that Ergaisi found very quickly. And I hope you had enough time to take a look in this, so let's take a look together. The first move of, let's say, in this position that Ergaisi played is actually move queen goes to d4. I will say bam. Why this move is so nice? So first of all, white doesn't have enough time to take the knight on b4, because if white tries to take it, white queen will be taken as well. So we can say that here so many pieces are under attack in the same time. Very unpleasant choice. Second of all, so obviously if white decides to trade the queens, now Ergaisi prepared the move knight goes to c2 check. So after this check, whenever this king moves, other knight will take the d4 queen. So let's say king f1, knight d4, and as we can see here, knight from c2 is attacking the rook on a1, but at the same time b3 pawn is also attacked. And after the black takes with the cb3, this black pawn will be just a huge advantage in this kind of like a very complicated endgame. As we can see here, so trade of the queens is also a very bad thing for white. So Firouzja after the move queen d4 is in a huge trouble. What white decided here was to play rook to b1. So Firouzja decided to try to defend the queen on b2. And okay, here from this point, Firouzja said, okay, now it's a time for me to make a couple of good trades to simplify this position and to try to win this in the later stage of the game. So here, black played the move bishop first takes on e4. As we can see here, this bishop in the same time now is attacking the rook on b1. So nothing else here for white. There is nothing else for white to do except to finally trade the queens. After queen to d4, okay, now black on the move, but black is not taking this white queen immediately. Let's say in between move, knight goes to c2 check. Check on the king, and at the same time, white queen now is attacked twice. After the move, so nothing else to do, this white king must go to, let's say, to d1 here. Also the f1 is also bad, but let's say here he tried to do, let's say, try to play in the square d1. Black here played knight from 6 to d4. And after this, okay, obviously he must take bishop e4. But what I like the most here is, again, we have kind of like two black pieces under attack. One piece is obviously the knight on c2, and the second piece is the rook on the square a8. But again, Ergaisi found a very concrete, very fast way how again to play for advantage. He said, no, okay, I will not move my rook. I'll still jumping with the knight. So in this position here, black played move, knight goes to a3, attacking the rook on b1. So white still doesn't have enough time to get the black rook on a8 because the white rook on b1 it will be taken as well. Nothing else to do here with white pieces except to move the rook. So that's what white did. White played the move rook a1, and again, this is what's very fascinating here. This rook is still under attack and the knight on a3, but black or Argaisi is still playing for advantage. So black say, okay, let's go. b4 on the board. Defending the knight and kind of like inviting white bishop to take the rook. And okay, Firouzja, he doesn't have any choice, so he took the rook, and then again, black could take the bishop, but again, move for move, move for move. Black was very aggressive, and black took knight goes to b3, taking the last important pawn on the queen side here, attacking the rook on a1. And after the move rook a2, now finally there is a time here for black to take the bishop on a8. And after a couple more moves here, white resigned. Why? Because they're like this third pawn will come very, very quickly to help to give additional help to these two knights on the queen side. And after a couple of, let's say, moves, maybe knight to b5, knight to d4, or knight c5 as well, these pawns will be pushed forward. So after the move knight h4, this idea with queen d4 is absolutely brilliant. So no going back, let's go forward in this type of positions. And after rook b1, move that actually was, in my opinion, the best was the move knight to a3. So here black continuously pressured the white and won this game in the pretty nice fashion. Thank you so much. Let's go for the next example. I hope you enjoyed this one as well. So I hope you enjoyed the previous examples. Let's go with the next example. Of course, it will be very strange to take a look at tactical motives without at least one game of Kasparov. So this will be positioned between Kupraychik, also very strong Soviet grandmaster, and Garry Kasparov. So here in this position, black is on the move, and the question here is how black will use a tactic to destroy the white position here. So please pause the video I will say in this very sharp moment and try to find the best plan for black to play for a win. This position is a bit different from the previous ones because here black needs to use a tactic not only just to win the game, but to find the right plan how to play for a win. So I will say that here this position is more about how to take, let's say, initiative and play for the win. So please click the pause in the video and let's take a look. I hope you had you took enough time, and I hope you found the first move of Kasparov here. First, I would like to mention a couple of moves that are not good enough. First of all, here moves like a bishop h4 are just not enough because we can just retake it, and even if after this queen h4 happen, white has enough to have a nice time, or let's say have enough time to play a move like bishop f2, attacking the queen on h4, and let's say here black is probably slightly worse, but white is probably slightly worse, but still I believe that this position is not something that black should be happy with. Second thing that black can do that still it's not good is the move like a bishop to b4, but after bishop b4 looks brilliant, but here white can just take it, and after knight e3, queen e4, and even after the move like knight f5 here, white will just go long side, where I can say that here, okay, that's still a very sharp position, but I don't believe that black has such a huge advantage here. What Kasparov played was very, let's say, very concrete and very nice idea. First move is the move e4, brilliant. Let's say we can say that one of the biggest problems in the white position is this king on e1. With such a king in the center, black needs to do something very concrete to open this king up. So move e4 is just brilliant. After the move e4 here, white took bishop to e4, this whole pawn. After bishop e4, nothing else for black to do except to play this beautiful move, rook to e8. So many white pieces on the e file, and black wants to use that with just a simple move like rook to e8. Now white king is in a huge trouble. White tried to solve most of his problems by playing the move long side castle. After the long side castle, now I like to say, please don't rush. So don't take any of these bishops right now. Very important here for black is keep improving position. So for example, if black goes with a plan like knight to e3, that's just not enough. This queen e3 here will happen, and now as we can see here, white will probably survive this position. So we need to be very, very, very careful. After the move like alongside here, the best move for black is, like I said, slowly improving this position. We have two of white bishops on the e file, so we need to use that in our favor. Black played the move bishop goes to f6. Okay, that move is pretty nice. Again, two of these bishops are under attack. Nothing else now to do for white except to play a move bishop to g5. Okay, so as we can see, one of the bishops is finally free, so we can take it. Black took rook to e4, and after rook e4, white played the move h3. Again, very important thing in this type of positions, don't rush. So I don't want to repeat myself, but that's a very important. Why? So if black wants to try to, for example, take this bishop on g5 with a plan like bishop g5, white will simply take knight to g5. And then what do we have here? Rook on e4 is under attack, as well the knight on e4. So it's a very easy, even if you play the perfect game, these motives where you can blunder some things are always all around. So black needs to be so careful in the way how to win this position. After the move rook e4 and h3, the best move is actually the simplest one. Just go back with the knight to the square e5. After the move knight e5, okay, white is in a very bad shape now, so white took on f6. After the move bishop f6, black took queen f6, knight e5, queen e5. We can say that black is completely winning. This bishop is just black has just a whole bishop, so that must be a huge advantage for the black position here. Also, the f5 pawn is, it's pretty weak, so white played the move g4 to defend the f5 pawn. And here, this is additional question to this example. So please pause the video and tell me how will you continue as black to play for a very, let's say, safe advantage without taking any risk. I hope you found the right solution. And the best move here for black is just to move like a bishop to d7. When I analyzed this position for the first time, one of my friends told me like, okay, but we can play here the move like rook e2, but this move, rook e2, is a huge mistake. Why? After move rook e2, black is trying to forcing the things without using the bishop and the rook. So we can say that this bishop and this rook, like, it's completely trapped on the queen side, and that's a very dangerous to do. So we need to use all of our pieces even when we're solving some tactical situations or strategical situation or whatsoever. But here, the move rook e2 is a huge mistake. So again, additional question, please pause the video and take a look and tell me how white now is even solving all of his problems and finding a way to equalize position and even play for a win. I hope you I hope you had enough time, and I hope you solved this. The beautiful idea here for white to stay in the game is the move rook to d to e1. Why? The plan is very simple. If black now decides to take this queen on d2, now white will take on e5 this queen. The problem is, after the move rook e5 here, there is a rook e8 checkmate. So black doesn't have enough time to move this rook from the square d2. And we can say here that white is completely winning. Luckily, when I check this position for the first time, in this exact position, there is only one way for black to keep playing for a draw. It's unbelievable. Just one move from the completely winning position for black that we are fighting for a draw. The move here for black, only move to stay alive is the move rook to e4. Okay, yeah, is the move rook to e4. Just I forgot to mention, if here black takes like rook to e1, after the move rook e1, there is nothing to be done because this rook is just coming to the square e8 and white is completely winning. So when this is the position after the move g4 here, nothing else to be, so after the, just please just go through this moment, the only move to survive for black now, it's a move rook to e4. Why? Because after the trade of the rooks, let's say rook to e4, queen e4, and obviously white will play rook e1 with the same idea for this rook to go to e8 square. Now black has like the only move to survive that move is queen to a4, not allowing to white rook to come to square e8. When I analyze this position a bit deeper, I found that here white can actually play move f6. And with this move f6, this position looks a bit dravish. Why? Probably white wants to play queen g5 and even to give a checkmate to the black king. Black must take this pawn on f6, and after queen h6, and for example, black now suddenly must develop this bishop on d7, white will just play move queen f6, and after this, finally this rook entered the plan, well, maybe with the move rook e8, white will just keep giving a checks, queen to g5 and queen f6. With this couple of checks, this will be repetition, and this will be a draw. So one of advice is that you need to use always, it's not rushing and just keep improving position, no matter, like sometimes material doesn't matter at all. So here, move like bishop d7 is completely winning. That's what happened in the game. Kasparov obviously didn't play move rook e2. And after a couple of moves here, yeah, here black just grabbed a couple of the pawns and black was completely winning and Kasparov won this game pretty easily. So I hope you enjoyed this position and this whole game example. So let's go for the next one. Thank you so much. So hello, welcome to our next chapter. I hope you like the previous ones as well. In this position here, this is finally my game. I played against International Master again. This was like a Championship of Serbia. And in this position here, I played with the white pieces. And as you can see here, this is some kind of like Italian game here where, let's say, I was pretty happy with the position of all of my pieces. I had a very strong, let's say, two rooks here and the queen on f1. In this position over here, first what I did was I played the move g3, attacking this knight on f4. Obviously, this knight can take the h-pawn because white queen can just simply, I can retake the knight. And here what was very important in this type of position, I was expecting him completely to go with the plan with knight to e6. So I expect here from the black to play just go back with the plan with knight e6. And here I wanted, you know, I had something else on my mind, but this was the critical position and I wanted just to move this very dangerous knight from the square f4. But after the move g3 here, black just surprised me completely, and black played the move queen to c8. Suddenly what black is saying, okay, you can take my knight on f4, but in the meantime I will also take your knight on f5, because now we have a bishop and the queen on the same diagonal, and I have only my bishop on c2 defending this knight. And now what's very interesting, we will go to the critical moment in a couple of seconds. Here in this position, I calculated this. So I calculated move gf4, and after the move, let's say bishop f5 here, please pause the video and try to find a way how white is winning this position. I completely missed this idea, but it's just beautiful, and there is a very concrete way how white is winning this. I really hope you had enough time, and now we start with with this example. What I calculated, that's a wrong move, just to be clear. I calculated only the trade of this bishop. So what I calculated was bishop f5 and queen f5, and during the game I thought I was in a serious trouble if I just trade the bishops like this. So this is not the solution. in this position over here, the brilliant move is actually a move e6. So now suddenly the white pawn is pushed forward. Idea that I completely missed during the game. So let's explain together why this move e6 is so good and it's so important. First, let's take a look in a very obvious idea. In this position here, if this black on bishop on f5 is he takes the bishop on c2, I have just to move ef7 check, and suddenly the black rook on e8 is in danger because the whole e5 suddenly is completely open. So after the move king f7, white will just take rook e8, queen e8, rook e8, rook e8, and now I have, let's say white has a queen and the knight for the rook, knight, and the bishop. So we can see here that's more than enough for white to, let's say, to be much better and to play this for a win. So that's a huge material advantage. After the move e6, let's try something else. So obviously this black pawn, let's say, takes fe6. White idea is just simply we take bishop f5, and after ef again rook e8, queen e8, rook e8, rook e8, and suddenly again white has a huge material advantage. So again, this idea is not good for black as well. The last and probably maybe the best chance for black to save this is to play a move bishop e6. And again, please pause the video and let me know how white here is playing for the win and a huge material advantage. Okay, I hope you found this idea, and it's not bishop g6, it's the move f5. So it's this annoying fork attacking the bishop and the knight in the same time, and obviously black takes bishop f5. Here what white should just simply do is the move rook e8, check after queen e8, rook e8, rook e8, and move bishop f5, where white is again, let's say white has a huge material advantage in this position. After this couple of moves, as you can see here, move e6 just completely destroying the black position. Idea that I completely missed and I didn't see during the game. So after that, after the move g3 here, I played the move g4. That was a huge mistake, and I completely, again, I will say it, I missed this e6. That's one of the reasons why you always need to look for this, I will say, sneaky ideas like the move e6. So I hope really you enjoyed this one, and I hope you will like also the next chapters I prepared. Thank you so much. So hello everyone, and welcome to our next example. In this position here, I had a white pieces, and I played with a very talented player called Ikasa. He's a grandmaster from Denmark. In this position here, after rook h8, I can say that I don't have any kind of advantage here. This position is pretty equal, and I could be only worse. But in the meantime, I wanted to play aggressively this position, and I wanted to play for a win. In this position here, I play the move king goes to a3 here. I wanted to take the a4 pawn. In the same time, I thought this e5 pawn here is just, let's say, the poison pawn, and I thought that black can't take these pawn, but I was wrong. I was really wrong. In this position here, black played knight e5. Okay, I was a bit surprised, but then I played the move rook e1. I said, okay, black must play here f6. And here I first took an a4 pawn, preparing myself to play a move like rook d e2. And here black play rook c8, move I anticipated, and black plan here is, let's say, okay, I can take the knight and a pawn on e5, but in the meantime, black wanted to attack the c3 pawn in return. In this position here, I played the move rook to d2, and I said, okay, I thought I was winning after he took rook c3, and I was like, oh, nice, I'm winning here. And I sacrificed a very bad move here. I played a pretty bad move. I took rook takes e5. I took the whole knight. And after the move rook to e5, he obviously black retakes with a pawn. And after fe5, I played move bishop e5. Please pause the video here and please find the best way here for black to punish my sacrifice of the rook. So my plan was not enough, and during the game I thought I was winning here because I'm attacking both rooks. The rook on c3 is under attack, and also the rook on h8. Please take a couple of minutes and try to find the solution. Okay, I hope you solved, and I hope you enjoyed this example as well. In this position here, black has a very simple way how to play for a win. When I sacrifice here, first I will tell you what's wrong. In this position here, I expected him to play a move like rook h1, with the idea that if I take this rook with my rook, black will just play king e5. And then, okay, let's say that here black is winning. But on the move rook h1, I prepared just bishop to c3. That's a check on the king, and at the same time, my rook is defended with the bishop. And I was like, oh, I'm happy here, I'm winning. But what happened? After the move bishop e5, there is a very annoying move I blundered, and I hope that you solve this move. The move is actually rook to c1. I completely forgot that this idea from rook h1 that black can also play plan with the rook to c1, and then the problem is I can't take the rook on h8 because here black can simply retake my rook, and I'm exchanged down, and white is completely losing. So here in the position after the move rook c1, I'm completely lost. The problem is, if I just try to move the rook somewhere, let's say to e2, yes, this rook on h8 is under attack, but here black can simply connect the rooks. So move like rook c8 or the move like rook h1. The best thing I can do here is give a check, but that's just a one check. After the king moves, bishop c1, rook to c1. Again here, black is a pawn up and completely winning rook endgame because this king can't get the a pawn because there is always this rook from the back check, and here that in that position black is easily winning, unfortunately for me. So let's go back a couple of moves, and then I hope you found the move rook c1. Rook c1 is really brilliant move. What happened in the game after move rook c1? I just took, and after takes, move was king e5, let's say king a5 here. Here now black just needs to find the one move not to give me any counter attack with this king from a. Here black played the move rook to h6, defending the a pawn through the sixth, and then here I played rook to e1, nothing else to do, king goes forward, b5, a b king b. Now it's a time for black to keep attacking. So in this position here, black played the move rook to h2, attacking the f2 pawn here. Black played rook e2, and again, please, the next example here, please pause the video and find the best way how black will win this rook endgame with a tactic. So, very interesting way. Thank you so much. I hope you solved this. Very nice idea from black. How to win this position in the easiest way is the move f4. After the move f4, nothing else to do except after gf, the move is the g3, and after g3 here I resigned because nothing to be done here. After the move g3 I can't take it because my rook is in a huge trouble. I hope you enjoyed this example. So this is definitely the game I lost, but okay, I'm still learning from this. I'm also learning from this. Thank you so much, and let's see each other in the next example. Thank you so much. So hello everyone, welcome to our next example. I hope you will enjoy it. So what we have on the board is a very sharp Sicilian position. This is the game between two very old grandmasters, so this is a classical example here. And after move e5 here, this white needs to be very concrete in this position if white wants to play for a win. So please pause the video and let me know how white can play this position for a win. Thank you so much. I hope you had enough time. So after the move e5 here, White found a beautiful way how to be very aggressive and how to put the black to a test. So in this position here, white played the move knight jumps to e6. Beautiful sacrifice of the knight. Here I will ask you, let's say, a bonus question here is how black should also defend this position. Black played a very bad move in the game and black lost. So my second question in this position is, what will you play as black to stay alive here as long as possible? So please take a couple of minutes. I will flip the board and try to find the best way how black can stay in the game longer and, you know, how black can fight back this. Thank you so much. So here, I hope you found the best move for black. In this position, after the move 96, the best and the only way for black to defend this is just not take this knight at all. So this present on the e6 square can't be taken. In this position over here, after the move 96, in this spot over here, black must play ef4. So avoiding to take the knight, because if this knight, let's say if black takes the knight with the f pawn, you will see in the next couple of moves what happened. So here after ef, here I try to analyze a little bit, so white probably must take the rook. But after this, after queen d8, bishop f4, bishop c3, here black is exchanged down, so we have, let's say white has a rook for our knight, but in the meantime, this knight can jump to e5, and, you know, maybe some, let's say also, maybe check on d4, also bishop a5, but what's very important, this is unclear position, but black can't hold this. So black is not losing, and that's very important to say. In this position, what happened? After 96, let's flip the board. After the move 96 here, black couldn't, let's say, couldn't find this idea with ef4, with, you know, opening the position, and I assume black thought that this knight must be taken. So here black took fe6. After fe6, here what's going on is queen to e6, and after king f8, please again pause the video and tell me how white can improve this position to the maximum. Thank you so much. I hope you had enough time here. So after the move king f8, it's absolutely necessary to push f5 move, and that move is beautiful. The idea with the move f5 is, let's say, if this black pawn suddenly, like if black decides to take gf, now white has a move g6 together with the checkmate on the f7 square. So after the move f5, black can take, but if he doesn't take in the same time, idea of white is to take fg, and again to give a checkmate on the square f7. One of the reasons why this white is, let's say, so much winning here is that this black queen on b8 is so far away from the action. So I had let's say white has enough time to attack this black king. After the move f5 here, what happened in the game was that here black decided to play move knight c5, and after the move knight c5 here, white played also, I can say, very logical stuff. So he took bishop c5, and after gf here, bishop h5 again. And after the queen c7, please pause the video and let me know how white is winning this position and the easiest way. Thank you so much. I hope you found the right answer. In this position here, white should just simply play move bishop to d6 check. Why? Because again, this is like a poison present. We can't take this queen with the queen, because after queen d6 there is a queen f7 checkmate, and if black decides to take with the rook, there is a queen e8 checkmate, and again white is winning. So the whole point was 96, brilliant way of jumping the knight forward, and after the move fe, queen e6, king f8, f5, suddenly the black is in a huge trouble, because this f pawn will very soon will go to g6. And after what happened in the game, even if this pawn tries to take it, not only g6 is winning, but also there are some different ideas where this bishop can do a lot of damage on this diagonal, and that's the way how white won this example. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and let's go for the next example and prepare. Thank you so much for your attention. So hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed our previous chapters and examples. So today I prepared also very interesting, let's say, example here. In this position, let's say on the board, white is playing for the win. Again, two very strong Soviet grandmasters. Vaganin had the white pieces here. And in this position here, white is playing for the win. So please take a look here. White is on the move, and I will give you a little help, because obviously this position is very much winning for white, but white found a beautiful way using the white knight. So first move is about the white knight. Please take a look in this, take let's say a couple of minutes, as much time as you need, and tell me how this knight can make a mess in the black position. And thank you so much. I hope you found the right move order. In this position, white first played the move knight to d7. Very nice, brilliant way. In this position now, black doesn't have, let's say, black has a couple of choices, but I will say that almost every choice is bad. If this knight, let's say black decides to take the knight with the king, white idea would just simply take queen f7. This is a double attack on the king and on the rook. Nothing else for black to play except to play queen c8. We must take it, queen g8 check, and after the king b7, rook is entering the plan to the whole game. Rook to g7 check, and after king a8, there is just this check, queen c8. Very important to give queen c8 check, not queen a8 check, because if white decides to go with the queen a8 check, the black king will go to b5, and now we don't have enough time to play a move like rook to b7 to pin the black queen, because the black rook will take our white queen. So that's not good enough. But in this position here, white should first play move queen c8 check, and after queen c8 check, black king can go to b5, and after king to b5, rook to b7 in this position, and black queen will go down. So we can say completely that white is just winning. Very easy and very nice way to win this position. So let's go back a couple of moves. So after the move queen to let's say knight to d7 in the game, black didn't take this knight. So black here played the move queen to b7. And now I very much like what Vaganin played here. White decided to keep pressuring the black king and the pawn structure around the black king here. So white decided here to play a move rook goes to f4, attacking the f7 pawn. Now suddenly this knight can't be taken with the queen and also with the king, because in the both ways white will just play move rook f7 and the black queen will be down. So let's say if we take with this, we just go rook f7, and then from here we will just take the queen from this spot. So after the move like rook f4 here, black decided to play only one move to save the pawn. So just to say one more time, we can't play a move like rook f8, because if we play like this, the knight will just take the rook for free. Nothing else to do after the move rook f4 except to play a move f5. So let's go here, but that's just not good enough. Here white just played the move ef6 en passant, taking the pawn. Here obviously if black decides to take it with the pawn, this knight will just simply grab the pawn, and again the black king is very much open, so many tactical ideas, and black must be completely lost here. In this position here, after the move ef6, black decided to play move king to d7, and now there is a beautiful tactical idea how white is winning very, let's say, immediately. So please pause the video and please take a look how white is winning this position, how white is winning and giving a check, eventually giving a checkmate in a couple moves. So please take a look and tell me what do you think. I really hope you found the best move, so let's go immediately to the direct way to find this. The move here for white is the rook goes to b4, taking the knight on b4. Nothing else to do here for this, let's say, black queen. except to take the rook on b4, and now suddenly we just play a move. Queen goes to t6. After queen c6 check, here the black king must go back, and now very important checkmate in one is the queen to c8 checkmate. Please don't make some mistake with the move rook d1, because still this rook can defend this black king from this side. So Vaganin here played a very nice move, knight e7, and with a couple moves later he just won this position very convincingly. I hope you really enjoyed this example, and thank you so much for your attention. See you soon.